And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180!
Check the out.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get him...
Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Returnable for Lockett. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Breida. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a pretty big third down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. On the ground with a tight end. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 49ers' 32-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
Blood 54.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Carson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
At the 17-yard line.
Mike 5-4. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put him 12.
To throw is Wilson.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on 2nd down when they got the sack? Because on 3rd down, 0 pressure all the time in the world, and he picks up the 1st down with that throw.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
25.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Man, let's get some. Let's watch. Mike. Watch safety creep.
Left pass.
Safety's creeping.
Good touch.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Garoppolo looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
49ers 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here we go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Here we go. Like 20.
On first down, here's Breida. And an alley to run. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That's how you do it.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Breida, he'll try the right side. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
We got to step it up.
Now Wilson on first down. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Wilson flushed out right. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Eluding the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
50, Mike, 50. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He completes it to Bryant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. From the gun, it's Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
It's our time. It's our time.
On first down, Carson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 7-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, 0. Watch the screen. 36.
Here's Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. This one taken from the 7. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Special! All go special!
Mike 50, Mike. 6 man.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. D Ford racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They run it with Carson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner 1st. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season. Really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Now a give coming right is Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Quick dash. Go.
21.
From the 41, Garoppolo. Caught right side, Tate. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
21.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
I'm coming.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
13.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Well, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Listen.
Kill.
They run again with Carson. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to... And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Bobby Wagner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
White.
SOS. You go
General West.
You got time.
Go ahead.
This is Breida. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
21. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now it's Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 61 yards that time on the ground. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, alert! 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 Flag! Topper! Topper!
Check 31, check 31.
Hey, Charlie!
Garoppolo now. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown of the night. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Alert!
Mike 29. Coming. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. All day, baby. All day.
Now it's Carson. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Bam!
Here's Wilson operating from the gun. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
29 is the Mike.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep down. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
And that one, Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? Who that?
They run with Breida. The 20. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On the handoff, this is Breida. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. What do you need?
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Move it.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo going for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and now it's 3rd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And able to find Kirk complete. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the 49ers, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now.